back, guys, to Two Dudes in a Six Packs, and yes, it's a little different. We have the second dude here.
I exist.
Yes, he is real.
Real.
And we had to make sure he's popping up for the first time for a special occasion. So we got out of, Tree House Brewing Company, King Julius. This is ranked in like the top 10 of like every beer thing
list
anywhere.
Ever, pretty much.
Yeah. And so yeah, you got to go to the brewery in Massachusetts, and so that's what we got. And yeah, crack these things open. They got a nice extended blurb on the back of the.
Right. 8.2 ABV, man.
Yeah, 8.2. I don't think they don't have a IBU listed on here.
Yeah, probably. Oh well, it's an American double IPA. So
Yeah.
Solid. All right, let's see. Again, it's nice to have friends that travel. We can actually get to the brewery.
Just grab the beers. Right. Grab the beers. So while these settle, there's a little blurb on the back I'll read. It says, King Julius is a landmark American double IPA by Tree House Brewing Company, brewed to be an exceptionally flavorful, juicy, and hop-saturated beer without rough edges or abrasiveness. Its vivid citrus and tropical fruit aromas give way to flavors of orange creamsicle, so it's going to tell us what we're supposed to have. Mango smoothie and a bountiful of fresh tropical fruit. It is inspired and focused, refined and delicate amid an onslaught of flavor. It is brewed with intent, purpose, and originality. First brewed in 2012, King Julius is our endeavor to marry our past with what we aspire to be in the future.
All right.
Enjoy. So they're not like touting themselves at all.
No. They're yeah.
You know, this is. So it's very
definitely pulling their punches.
Yeah, it's very thick.
It is.
It's almost got like pulp going in there.
It's like almost like a glass of orange juice almost.
Yeah, meets apple cider.
Right.
It's very, very brown.
I like the head on it.
Yeah.
This has been a classic staple of this brewery.
Yeah, we had two of the other from Treehouse last night. This one doesn't have as much of the staying power as the other heads. The others, you'd have like that Belgian head that's like this and just would stay there.
Yeah.
So this is.
But I mean, look, I'm over the glass here. It's still, it's nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
Which again, you really don't see a whole lot of.
I almost like the tulip glass better for this. Like it's lingering a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need I don't know.
Well, there you go. So for those of them out there,
get a tulip glass.
Get the tulip glass.
So.
With this guy.
But all right, we're going to get into the review, and the first step is the smell. So let's carve into it.
Definitely get the citrus right off the bat, which is not surprising.
Yeah, it's almost like that orange peel kind of aroma going on. And you have that kind of
piney.
Yeah, that traditional like IPA pine, pineapple kind of mix. I don't know if are you picking up that mango that they were talking about? Like, I feel like...
Most of mine, it's like mainly that citrus.
Yeah. Mango smoothie is very specific for
what
it's... But...
I bet it'll hit on the mouthfeel maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, it really smells like a kind of traditional, just juicy...
Yeah.
Thick IPA.
Again, I kind of forgot that it was a double IPA though.
Yeah.
On the nose. And it just definitely seems...
yeah, it doesn't smell like that's like a higher alcohol of a double.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the hoppiness isn't so like overpowering in the nose.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes those doubles will just like smack you over the head.
Yeah, grab you, pull you in, like, drink it.
I know, right?
So, but yeah, I like the smell. I'm gonna recommend it on smell.
Yeah, I dig the smell. Like I said, for a double IPA, I mean, it seems like this is gonna go down really smooth. Probably too smooth for what the ABV is.
Yeah. So all right, we both recommend it. We're into the taste.
All right. Interesting.
It tastes a little different than I was thinking.
It does. It's smoother than I was expecting.
It is very smooth. It doesn't have that kind of roughness that sometimes a double IPA can get on like your tongue.
Yeah,
the edge
right.
of your tongue.
But it builds though. It's weird. So like it's very smooth going down, and then a little bit of the afterburn there is that traditional bitter IPA that kind of we're used to.
Yeah, you get kind of like the pine IPA on the tip of your tongue, and then more of the I feel like more of the citrus kind of comes up at the back end.
Yeah, I do get a little of that mango smoothie at the back.
Right. Now, if it wouldn't have said mango smoothie, would you have said mango smoothie?
For me, it would have been more like a creamsicle.
Okay.
Creamy is how I would have described it.
It definitely has a creamy aspect to it.
Yeah.
But every sip you get, it definitely reminds you at the back end, or like after you're done swallowing it, that's like, yes, this is definitely an IPA. This is a. It doesn't taste like it's a 8.2. Like,
no.
I don't like if someone said it was just a juicy IPA, I'd be like, okay. Like, people are shooting off fireworks in the background.
It's Labor Day in Northern Michigan. What are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do? But
no, I agree, man. This does seem more like what I would consider a juicy
like
New England IPA.
Yeah.
The fact that they're calling it a double IPA, an American double IPA at that, that is a little bit off for me just because of the way this beer sort of sits.
Yeah.
It's a good beer though. I mean, this is.
I feel like after you drink all of it, it's a little heavy.
It is. Yeah, it's
like
definitely
because
heavy.
it's. I wouldn't say it's like thick, but it's just like after I drink it, it's got like a heavy.
Yeah.
Feeling to it, you know.
It does. So that it definitely not like a session beer. This one.
No.
Like you're getting full as you drink through your pint.
Yeah.
Which
I got this in a 4-pack, and it's like I don't know if I could drink all 4 just purely because it's heavy.
It is. It's like, very heavy.
But I mean, yeah, you know, it's smooth for the IB. I mean, for the ABV. I don't know what the IBU is. I'll look it up and pop it up on the screen somewhere. But yeah, very smooth. So
yeah, I think it misses on its own description. Like I don't get. If I didn't hear mango smoothie, I probably wouldn't pick up on mango. And mango is so subtle anyways, it's hard to even kind of, unless it's like so mango forefront.
Yeah, and I mean, just a smoothie, I feel like that's real.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't just say mango. It's
right.
mango smoothie.
Yeah. And bounty of fresh tropical fruit, again, for me, it's like we said, it's a juicy IPA.
Yeah. You got
I'm
a bit
not
of,
getting much.
I'm picking up maybe a bit of a pineapple-y kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's there.
Yeah, you know, but, you know, if someone said, yeah, mango, you're like, okay, I could see that. But
I'm not going to fault them for it. It's still an excellently brewed beer.
Yeah. Sometimes people can get a little floral with their own beer descriptions.
Yep.
You know, when you got this much can space to fill up. And that lettering is not large. So read this before you crack open the second one.
Yeah, whoever drafted that is getting paid by the word, that's for sure.
Yeah. This is a copywriter for sure.
Right.
I just keep adding more words. You're paying by the word.
Good job.
Yeah. So I'm gonna recommend it on taste.
I'm gonna recommend it on taste too.
So all right. And you guys know me. I'm very picky for my IPAs. Like,
oh, dude,
it's got to be real.
Yeah. We were like, if you followed us long enough, we were one of the original IPA bros, I would say.
Oh yeah, back when it was just like Two Hearted and like Dogfish Head.
Yes.
You know, it's like old school American IPAs. But
right.
Then things exploded, and
I've since changed my own tune on it. I'm very suspect on an IPA typically.
Yeah, but this one's good.
Yeah.
So we'll get into whether it deserves a top 10 ranking later, but we'll get into that. Stay tuned.
Yep. I agree. I'm not there yet with it.
Yeah, but so okay. Third category is value for price. When I bought this, I was not able to buy it in a single can. I had to order online. I don't know if it's changed because with COVID, I wasn't able to go into the brewery. I had to like order online and then go to the next day and pick it up.
Right.
And there was a line of cars just. I mean, and the brewery's in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of on a hill. It's got a nice like location, but line all the way down. I had to get this in a 4-pack, and I think the 4-pack was like $26.
Dang, that's a pricey beer right there.
So yeah, because I got 16 beers, and it was like $100 for the 16 beers, and they made me buy a pint glass. They wouldn't even give it to me.
What?
It's like, come on, man, I'm dropping $100 for 16 beers.
That's what I mean. Just throw the pint glass in.
Yeah. So one of these cans is like $6.50, $6.50,
$7.
So I mean that's a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think the cost of the beer is worth the beer? You know, I mean, there are some Belgian beers that are pretty high up there. I know. Granted, you're importing. You're paying the import. This you have to pay the money to drive to the brewery.
That's what I mean.
Because they don't distribute it. It is kind of annoying that it's that expensive and you're buying it directly. Like, there's no manufacturer
I got to give it a pass on the price, man. It's
Yeah.
like, look, we're not paying a distributor. There's no middleman here. We have to go to the brewery in Massachusetts to even get it.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a good beer, but it feels like they're riding the coattails of the top 10 lists, and that's why they're pricing it this way.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely.
There's good beers for a reasonable price that we've had.
Yeah.
That do actually end up cracking into that top 10 list.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they're price gouging a little bit. That's my opinion on it.
Oh yeah, because if they did, go through like a distributor, I mean, this would be like $10 a can.
Oh, easy.
I mean, you'd be paying $40 for a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it does feel like, and they produce so much of it. It was a large establishment. Like they could distribute if they wanted to, and the line they had, just like. They're basically
it's printing money, man.
Yeah, it's basically they're taking the money of the distributor and just keeping it themselves. So
good for them from a business model.
I mean,
perspective,
they're making cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like
as a consumer,
yeah,
I don't like it.
In the town it's in, which I don't remember off the top of my head, it is in the middle of nowhere. And I drove through like the pouring rain, and so you're paying even more money to get to it.
Right.
So yeah. So
we can throw the address up there too. Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably a pass. Yeah, for a price, it's expensive, and you're paying to go to the brewery. Like,
yes,
I feel like that's not fair. Like, it should be a little more cost effective for people to get there. But yeah, they're definitely riding off of the we're top 10, we can charge extra.
Charge the premium for it.
Yeah, top 10, even though they don't enter contests, they don't whatever.
Yeah.
Very controlled. But all right, so that was that. So I'm not gonna recommend it on price.
What it is.
Yeah, not saying that if you get a chance, drop $6 and buy it. But But anyways, okay, next category is distinction. How distinct is this beer compared to, say, another double
compared to
IPA?
another double IPA? I think it's very distinct.
Yeah.
But compared to a New England so-called juicy IPA, I feel like it's on par, although it's smoother than some of the other ones.
It's like a good version of your standard.
And then you get the extra hit with the ABV. So like no New England juicy IPA is going to be pushing 8.2 ABV.
Yeah, and have a solid.
Right. So as distinctive as goes from a double IPA, I think it stands out. It's smooth. It doesn't feel like this beer should be 8.2 ABV. It goes down way too easy for that.
Yes.
It's not as bitter as maybe some of the other doubles that I've had.
Much. I mean, there's bitterness, but it's
right. It's
light.
It's light. I don't feel like my mouth's puckering from the bitterness, of it. So against other beers of its category, as described, sure, distinct. But if you throw it in there against another New England juicy IPA, I think we're running up against there's similar options out there.
Yeah. For much less.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, as listed as an American double, I'll take it for what it's calling itself. So I will say it's distinct. And again, I think really because it's so smooth and not puckery.
Yep.
Gives it the edge. So recommend it on distinction. Next category 5 out of 6 is drinkability. How drinkable?
Dude, it's really drinkable.
Is this? Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the more drinkable beers. Okay, so it's been a while since I've had something north of like 5.6 on an ABV scale here. I remember the old days of like the 120-minute Dogfish Head IPA.
Yeah.
Where that thing was pushing maybe 12. It's almost like a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And it was so bitter, it's like almost difficult to drink. And you almost got some of that liquor, that malt liquor on the mouthfeel as you're drinking it. So it's easy to drink.
It's dangerously easy to drink. Yeah. Like the only thing that would slow you down is because it is a little heavier.
Yes.
I feel like that's the saving
that's
thing.
Like
if
helping.
it was lighter, like you just.
Yeah, it'd be dangerous.
You drink all 4 of them or whatever. I was also able to get this in a 16-pack, but that was gonna be like $100. Just I was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean drinkability. You're not gonna get too much more of a drinkable double IPA 8.2% than you're gonna get with this.
I don't think so. No.
Like this is about as drinkable as you can get.
Yeah.
And this goes down smoother than, I mean, we had a couple beers earlier today that were in the 5%. Like,
Yep.
I think this goes down smoother.
I think so too.
Especially with some of the sour. It's just like, we'll take this with that.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, last category is would I buy it again? And even though this is, I mean, I think they're gouging us a little bit on the price. I still pay for it again. Like I don't know if I lived anywhere near Massachusetts.
That's the only thing holding it back.
Yeah, like
It's just the fact that you have to get there.
yeah, and it's like not that close to Boston. Like it's not really. It's like south central Massachusetts is where it's at. Granted, Massachusetts isn't like a huge state.
No,
but
right.
So I guess if you visited Boston, you could do like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive. Or
I think if you're in the area, if you're within hours of that place,
yeah, you might as well go. Like, yeah, if I was ever in Boston again, I'd be like, maybe the brewery's actually open this time.
Yep.
And I can see what the food's like at this, if they even have the food. I don't know. Hopefully they actually give you flights. You keep running into breweries that don't give you flights. Which
Right.
is like,
It's so weird to me.
it's annoying.
How do you? I just don't understand that.
So,
Like that's your product.
yeah.
You want to?
But let me try it.
Right.
Like, so, anyways, gonna recommend it on. I would buy it again.
Oh yeah, dude. I would love to go to the brewery and see if this was on draft or something.
Yeah, I think this would be amazing.
This would
on
be
draft.
excellent on
This
draft.
this tastes like one of those things that just gets amplified if it's on draft.
Right.
But so this beer is always rated like top 10, top 15 in the world. It's always hard for me to rank, be like, yes, this is one of the 10 best beers ever of all time.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like it gets such a high ranking because it's such a controlled environment. Like you have to go to the location where it was just brewed like yesterday.
Right.
And so it's never old. It's very, you can only drink their beers. It's, like when you have a Two Heart, that's probably been around. The beer that you drink is probably 4 months old, maybe, and it's just like it's been. And so I like. Don't get me wrong. This is a fabulous beer, but I find it hard to necessarily call it one of the top.
Top 10 is so tough, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just don't know. It's so difficult for me to speculate. Those other 10 beers, those 9 beers above it, and even like whatever the 10 beers below it.
Right.
Like
and this also feels almost. I don't want to say. I mean, it's trendy almost because the IPA is so trendy now. Like when 5-6 years ago, maybe it was more than that. Back in the top 10 of like Beer Advocate, it was all like heavy stouts, porters.
Yes.
Like Three Floyds was like the
the Dark Lord Imperial Stout. Does that thing still rank up there?
I think it's hot. I mean,
It
it's
might.
in the top 10, but that was number 1 for a long time. But I feel like almost Tree House almost took the place of Three
it over.
Floyds because IPAs became such a thing. So I do feel like some of it is popularity and maybe some regional bias because you always rate your own brewery, your local brewery higher.
Oh,
I
for
feel
sure.
like. So I don't know. Don't take this as me saying this is not like an amazingly awesome beer because it is.
It's an excellent beer.
Like,
And my problem with top 10 lists, especially if we're ranking against other styles, it's so difficult. I mean, does this rank in the top 10 of American double IPAs that I've had? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably up there in the top.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'd put it in like top 3 easy.
Yeah.
From a double IPA standard. But against
like
the
a Saboteur or whatever from Germany,
Right.
or like some of the Trappist beers.
That's what I mean. So a lot of the Trappist stuff. I mean, like it's so hard for me to say this deserves to be in the top 10. I don't think it deserves to be in the top 10 against all beers everywhere.
Yeah, some of those especially for me, some of those German and Belgian ones, you can taste the history in it. You there's so many different things going on.
Right. Top 50? I think absolutely.
Yeah, I mean top 25. I might even.
I think it's
solid.
deservingly.
But there's
there.
Being like this is top 5 of all time.
No, I can't sign off on
It's
that.
like let's revisit this in like a decade and see how the IPAs and what's actually popular then.
Yep.
But anyways, that is our review the two dudes review.
Right, the actual second
yeah,
dude.
The second dude of King Julius out of Tree House Brewing Company, Massachusetts. What do you think? Have you had this before? Have you been to the brewery? Have you sampled it? Or have you had somebody ship it to you? And if you had visited, did you notice a difference between it on tap and in can? Because I have to imagine it's probably...
I would love to hear how this is on draft.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's rock solid.
Yeah.
Because this was freaking
Great,
amazing.
yeah.
It's still a great beer.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the review. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And so for now, for myself and for Chris, the second dude, we'll catch you guys later. So take it easy.
Cheers.